All right, it is time. I've given this a full deep stir, nicely mixed together. And I'm gonna keep it, turn it down lower. I'm just gonna keep it on low. I'm gonna pour some of this into here, and then I'm gonna pour this into here. I'm gonna take this jug over. And then that's gonna stay on a little hotter. So it's gonna have a couple temperaments to give me a little bit of time allowance. Then we're gonna walk over there, and we're gonna go over there and do the candles there and let them set on their own. It's hard on my body. It's hard on my fingers. It's my body that slows me down. Oh, I pinch my finger nerve right there on the handle really good. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, come on. Now I'm wrapping a towel around it. All right, there we go. You have that towel ready. Give it a dry wipe. Usually if you wipe straight up, you won't have a mess. But I made a little bit of a mess there, so I'll have to clean that up. But I'm just gonna not bother now and clean that up later. So I'm gonna take these over. So I've just brought over from the stove this mix.
Can I interrupt quick?
Ooh, what do you have?
I just harvested this shiso.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
That is,
She's so pretty.
I would venture to guess that's about 3 feet tall right there.
Mm-hmm. She definitely comes up to my belly.
Yeah.
Oh, babe.
So
She's
I'm going
gorgeous.
to take this into work. We have a special Japanese show that we're doing, so they're going to use this throughout the week in a couple different dishes. And I will update you as to what those dishes can turn into.
I think garnish, even buffet garnish would be really cool.
And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
Makes
we love shiso.
She's so pretty. So fragrant and loving. Ah!
There's still
Our wedding colors, purple and green.
yeah, that's exactly. This will be a plant that we have every year in the garden.
Oh, I know. Do you want a vase?
No, I'm just going to put it in the van.
Ready to go? Do you want a bucket? I got some in the room if you want. Okay. All right. Well, rock and roll. Well, we're game on to the...
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Mr. CBD. All right, so turning these sideways so we get low and long. If we need to, you come over the edges. There we go. It's really hot. I'm going slow. Try to not get wax everywhere. If you keep everything within like the deep fryer where you have a layer, you can just clean it up easy. So if you pour over, you make a mess, clean it up. So don't pour too much into the bucket because it's going to, well actually, we can go down the sides because I did that. You want to go down the edges if you have a lot in the bucket like that. I'm going to take this. All right, so we're going over to here. Yes. So we bring each taking this, you take the cup off to pour into his chin. You don't pour it off the table. So you bring the bottom underneath down, and then you can pour it rather than coming from above up here. You have a high, rather than coming from above here, you have a high distance. If you go to the side below, you have more of an angle for when it's higher up. Now don't worry if you touch the wick because they're actually wax dipped, and that's good. Helps them with their structure, and that's already there. So if they tip over like that one, just push it back if you can. That's why I try to pinch them in. And just try not to drip, because the more you drip, then the more mess you have to clean up later. So these were our wedding candles, and I wash them every few rounds, but no one sees them. So I just try to not make more mess, and then they don't irritate me as much. I gotta figure out the wick supplier, and we have to order more hydrosol from Aromatic International, so I'll figure out some more things that I need from them, because that's a international supplier, and we order from them once in a while and then get a hefty order because the shipping is pretty intense and it has to go through customs. And yeah, you know what, we pay for all that. That is not cheap, but you know what, I'm hoping that in time it all balances itself out. I can't say I see the price and money value yet, because I'm not focused on the money, I'm focused on the production right now. And but I have faith that our money woes are going to be healed and are healed. We're just working through them, and it's a big healing factor for me and my own family and spiritual element of my being. And so I'm grateful to be here and share this, and hopefully derive some revenue from sharing. And then I can keep doing this. That would be amazing. I'd love to continue to share with kiddos and go into communities and bring into families and do, it'd be awesome to do like a real live, like, here's your Netflix segment, us live. But going around and doing, you know, family feud type of games, like this is the game of life, Monopoly style, but we do real living, like family boot camps, culinary, home, healthy human collective boot camps. It'd be so cool. Pop-up culinary school, whatever you want to flow into it and call it, I don't know. But I just look forward to getting around, and retreats, right? Where, who, you know, whether we stay in Canada, do we travel, do we collaborate abroad or not? Do we do it personally, do it for corporate, do it collectively, how? So we are Chefs by Design. All in the future making. We're not sure how it's going to go, but we look forward to hopefully meeting lots of humans and beautiful souls, you guys, all you souls, one day. As many of you souls as possible, whoever's interested. We would love to unite. So now I'm going into my clear ones. These ones are left over as well, and those are the shaga pieces that I boiled, and basically I'm using those as garnish as well. And yeah, you know, it's kind of been fun to be able to play with these. It has been very fun being able to like dry out these flowers, herbs, but playing and learning about the barks and, you know, what you can and that one dripped a lot. What you can and what you cannot ingest, what's safe, what's not. It's very tricky, and I'm nervous, and I don't want to teach what isn't appropriate. I, you know, want to be confirmed and confident on my teachings and what I share as I mentor along. So we'll figure it out as we go, because I've got a lot of resource. I just have to take it slow and steady. Oh, see, that bump could have cracked like all of those. Guys, Went into some glass tea lights, some heart ones we had from our wedding. They're just solidifying right now. You can see if I actually crack and break that, I can break through. This is a good opportunity where if you want to put in your wicks or anything that, you know, before it actually seals into a bubble like that is a good idea. And then I'm rolling into I'm gonna set this actually over here. I'm gonna roll into our floating candles. So it's as simple as this. You just pour them in. Most of the way to the top. Just trying to level them up, trying not to drip. And then put your wick in. Once they start to color around the edges, you'll see them starting to settle up. So basically every like row, go in and dab. So I just get them ready. I get about, I don't know, a dozen or so, a couple dozen ready. I just basically re-stand up and basically I'm able to plunk pretty quick here. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. They'll have a curve. Sometimes you can kind of move them when they're, you know, changing their texture as they're solidifying. That is a great example of how we're done. So again, pour. The less mess we make, it'll just pop right out. So that little drip will have to pick up. And if I can get that drip while it's fresh now, it's still soft. So you wait till you can flick it up. You can flick it up and just put it back in. There you go. And don't push too hard because if this, you know, I basically was just setting them nicely. So if they go in the water and they burn all the way through the water underneath, then they won't rip through. So if you just set them nicely, then they should just harmonize and be beautiful. It's dark because of the beeswax and because we also cooked the oil. Okay, so it's really annoying is when they're when it's too warm and it's waiting, it's just they start to warp and they want to set and then move, set and then move, and then stay, or they want to stay and then they get fussy. That one stirred up now. See, it kinked earlier. Yeah, so not perfect, not easy, but you know what, when you make them homemade, just go slow and steady. Try and get them in the middle as best as you can, because that's the safety and security, is trying to keep them as middle, so then they can, you know, do what they gotta do in harmony. All right, candles are ready. So I have not counted, but we are fully stocked. That's awesome. And we just got some dried out cannabis there in the bottom. Just a few extra there. We've got, I think, 6 pans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 24, so 120. It's like 130 right there. And then these, and I had a little bit left, extra that we melted into. There's like 900 grams, like a kilogram, I think. So take away one of these pans and boom, that's how much. 3, 6, 7, 8, about 8 kilograms of candle will make you. It's about 150 candles, 144 candles approximate, depending on your size and how full. Yeah, there you go. Piece between 88 and 144 for 8 kilograms of 3-to-1 beeswax to coconut oil. Use coconut oil first. When it oxidizes and it's ready to be recycled, turn it into your candles. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. From our home to yours, I'm Mrs CBD. It's time to ferment our cabbage.